Electronic sound. Electronic sound.
Toddlers. Yeah.
I always try my tickle foods the same place
Electronic sound. Electronic sound.
Can people do it? And the answer is yes. So programs like Abelini Bezekaya, who teach people how to grow on, you know, a piece of ground the size of a door, and to supplement the nutritional content of a family to really improve their health. I mean, they've proven for 30 years you can do it. So you're not going to feed your family off of that, but it's a major boost to nutrition and food security, and in some cases income if you have a surplus. So vertical farming really depends on the application. Lots of potential because of the density and land issues in urban environments. It's worth trying, and the more you try, the more we learn, and the cheaper it gets, and all those kinds of things. But I don't know of a commercial scale vertical farm that works in South Africa.
So I'm Jane Battersby. I'm a senior researcher at the African Centre for Cities. I head up our little food lab. We're really working on questions of food security and food systems in urban Africa. In 2008 we did a survey in 3 areas of Cape Town: Ocean View, Philippi and Kailicha, and using the Household Food Insecurity Access Scale, which is this internationally recognised sort of measurement tool, we found 80% of households that we surveyed were moderately or severely food insecure. Wow. So those levels are high. People have always thought rural is where the problem's at, but increasingly case study evidence and other stuff is showing that the urban problem is big and probably getting worse. You know, if we just give over and let the big food system dominate, that's not going to solve all our problems, and so we've got to think about having these multiple ways of feeding ourselves.
I don't need man to farm. I don't know. Yeah. That's why you see me just doing it short budget. That's what I promote. That's what I do.
But there is no Department of Food. There is no Food Policy Council in Cape Town. There's no conversation about food other than like feeding poor people. So there's a very ideologically slanted view of food, which is about, oh, help these poor people, rather than, look, the system is broken and it's unjust, and there are ways we can kind of redo that so the money that more affluent people spend actually goes to help the circumstances of poor people, because it's a more just system, not because you're transferring wealth, you're shaping the system. But there's none of that conversation happens.
It was an entrepreneurial gap, but it was also to try and do something good, try and re-encourage people towards growing things, because it feels good. I mean, it's somewhere where the planet needs to go. Obviously, it's a really good start. It's a really good step in the right direction, especially the idea of reappropriating your own waste. It can definitely support a small family, but you'd want 2 or 3, I think.
It encapsulates our kind of more holistic approach to the role of urban agriculture, because it's not just nutrition. It's also got various economic benefits in terms of income generation and skills development, and it also has social benefits, community cohesion, community engagement, psychological benefits as well that come through engagement, activity of gardening, self-worth, and then also the environmental aspect, which is the idea that in urban areas we become so disassociated from nature, and because we're disassociated from nature, we've kind of started having this very destructive relationship with it. I also think why I like working with the soil is that it's a very transferable skill. So people can translate what they learn in our bags to working in the soil, and I think that that's really important in a context where not everyone has access to electricity, and also hydroponics requires super high maintenance.
The best way to make households more resilient to climate change in a food security context is to ensure that you've got a food system that's quite diverse, that's drawing in from a number of places.
But the goal shouldn't be feed your family. You supplement, and then buy from Harvest of Hope, Abelini, buy from the local farmers, the emerging farmers, the small-scale organic guys. They need the help. You've got the money, rather spend your money on those things. So use what you've got and do the best you can with that, and build from there. So rather than try and make something happen elsewhere, use what you know can happen here, and then hopefully that's a platform for making other stuff happen.